Okay, I just got done watching the latest Joe Rogan podcast that featured Andrew Yang, who's going to be running as a Democrat in the Democrat primary for the election in 2020. And tentatively, upon first reaction, without knowing much more yet about the guy, I can see myself supporting him for a couple of different reasons, more so even than Tulsi Gabbard. Um, as much as I like Tulsi Gabbard's anti war stance, she does have a little bit of that whiff of politician's polish. And Andrew Yang is not a politician, which I like. Um, he was also talking about things without getting into too much specifics. I'm going to leave a link to the description below to the Joe Rogan's podcast in particular. And I do recommend actually sitting through and listening to it. I hope he gets more presidential candidates on. Joe Rogan's podcast is unique in that it takes such a long amount of time of an actual real sit down conversation without all the editing and flash and manipulation necessarily that you see in broadcast television and cable television appearances that politicians make. You can get a much more accurate read on the person and what they really think and feel and what they're like, what their actual mannerisms are as a person. You can see them better with the mask off for a little while. And isn't that what we would like? To know the actual human beings that we're hiring for these jobs. I guess what caught me, and I don't know if he's going to be able to win or not, he might be too much over the heads of some people, is he's very intelligent and is doing that rare thing of he's actually focusing on the problems ahead instead of trying to fix the past. Too often, as a voting populace, we always vote for presidents that are being hired to fix yesterday's problems, kind of a thing, where it's always the most recent traumas on our mind and we want someone who can fix that. Not really thinking about the fact that, that trauma is already gone. And what we need is someone looking ahead to the next thing that's coming so that it won't be a trauma when it gets there because we're prepared for it properly. And his whole thing is largely just having to bite the bullet and face the fact that we're about to lose a shit ton of jobs to automation because of AI systems, and particular losing all the truck driving jobs and whatnot that's coming down the line in about a decade or so, according to projections. And getting various ways to get out ahead of that so that we don't have just a bunch of unemployed suicidal people. And I like he was talking very bluntly about things, very wise, not at all caught up in a bunch of politically correct nonsense. So yeah, hopefully he hasn't buggered anyone or been committing tax evasion or anything. I'm sure there's things that he said in there that various people find things to complain with. I'm not going to say that I'm 100% behind him, but I'm not 100% behind anybody. It's unrealistic to look for other people that are going to be exactly aligned with what you're looking for in life. You have to find enough suitable overlap as possible. But I very much appreciate someone who's looking ahead, and I like smart people, and I like non-politician, non-lawyers being put in charge of the government. For much the same reason why you don't necessarily want ex-military people being put in charge of the military in the way that the president ought to also acts as commander-in-chief. So, as fingers crossed, hopefully other people have watched this and are also making their own reaction videos as we speak, and his name will get out there a little bit. At the very least, these are topics that need to start being addressed if we're going to be serious as people. I'm not entirely sure about the feasibility of the whole freedom dividend thing. At some point, we might just have to realize that, we've long since made money imaginary anyway, so we can kind of just invent it and use it and value it however we wish. So maybe instead of leveraging money to debt and leveraging money to gold and other physical metals. What if we leveraged money to the potential buying power of an individual person? So in a way, like all of us are actually generating the value that we're spending because of our potential to spend, which is technically nearly infinite for everyone. So everyone would kind of have an infinite pool of resources. I don't know. So there's got to be some mathematical genius out there who can figure it out. And that's certainly not me. But yeah, once again, check out the description box. Watch the interview. It's just shy of 2 hours. And make up your own damn minds. Also, Yang is fairly auspicious a name. If you're a Taoist, you'll know what I mean. Anyway, talk to y'all later.